Being a professor for 15 years was a blast, and these are the most important lessons I learned. To maintain momentum for my life story, I dropped the cap and gown for the next chapter.
Hey everybody, Dr. Z here. Today you're going to learn about the ability to influence or motivate people without also being able to incentivize them or to give them more money in terms of compensation. This is a very common question I get from clients or from professionals in the workplace. How can I influence my peers who I have no direct authority over? And it all boils down to motivation. And that boils down to knowing who that person is and knowing how to properly motivate them. For professors that paid attention during their careers, you can really sharpen this tool, because outside of grades, you need to find creative ways to tap into those students' internal mechanisms for motivation. Grades and pay are external motivators, and we're all motivated by those to a degree, but the most influential and impactful teachers, sharers of knowledge, whether it's in school or in a workplace, are people that can tap into both the internal and external motivators. I consistently got very high teaching scores, usually about a 4.6 or 4.7 out of 5.0 over my 15-year career, while at the same time not having a classroom attendance policy. And that is solely because I created an engaging environment and really tapped into each of my students' potential, how they wanted to be motivated, what drove them, what their interests are. And that ties back to the Velcro concept that we learned last week. If you want to explain things to people in a way that they'll retain it over time, you have to know who that person is and know what drives and motivates them. And then you've got to package your concepts or ideas that you'd like them to either learn, put in their brain, or actually take action on. You need to package it in a way that they're going to be comfortable with and that they're going to hear it and then actually go take that action on. The most creative way to motivate others is to help them motivate themselves. So let's unpack that. You can set up all sorts of external incentives: test grades, more pay, vacation, promotions, great parking spots, less Zoom meetings. There's all sorts of external systems we can use to try to get people to be more productive or to learn things. But the most effective way is to help people shift what's called that locus of control to an internal motivator. And to do that, you have to know them. You have to understand them. You have to take time to build a relationship and truly know them on a human level. And when you do those things and you're strategic and reflective, you can explain things that are very complex and complicated in ways that people will grasp intuitively, because you're putting them in a language that people naturally get. So one of my things is making sure I understand what my students love to do, what their passion projects are, and I do all of that so that I can package material, projects or engagements that they might not want to do naturally in a way that helps them be motivated on their own. So make sure you focus on that human relationship and be strategic with it if you want to help others motivate themselves. Now go turn that idea into action.